Hi, I promised a brief tutorial and I've even learned some new things just recently. So here is my groups for putting assignments in and making it so much easier to do final grades. There's a couple of different ways to do it. You can go directly into a class, just one single class, and you can put your final marks. You've already figured them out, and you can create an activity in evaluations. You can add the activity, and it will show up in your evaluations, and depending on how many points you've assigned to it, it will do all the averages for you. But a better way is to start a little bit further back. You can go into planning, and you can add an activity here, and we'll do a test activity, so a test assignment here. Choose where you want it to go, so whether it's first communication or whichever term. Choose an activity date, and it shows you what dates are available based on that student's schedule in your class. So you choose a date, and then you can choose if you want to evaluate it. If you want to evaluate it, yes. Select the competency if you have that for your class, 1 or 2, what the maximum mark is going to be, and then here, result posted on report card. If you want it to be included in the final marks, then you have to put yes, that you want that included. If you put no, then it will not average into any of the grades. So you want to say yes. You don't have to have a category. You can create one or not. That's up to you. Weighting, I chose to do it so that I actually chose the weighted value out of 100 points. So everything had its own weighted value. But for those who are maybe better in mental math than I am, you can put several things in at equal value and it will average them together. So weighting, and then results viewed by parents and students. If you want them to see what the grade is, then you click yes. If you do not, then you leave it as no. And you can also choose whether or not it is available for the student's calendar. So if it's an assignment that's already happened and you're just putting the grade in, then you can make that as a no so it doesn't show up in their calendar. But if you do want them to see it, if it's something that you're still planning for next year or whatever, then of course, yes. And then I do add viewable by parents and students so the students know what their grades are. I have not been entering any of this information just to enter grades, and I haven't been including in their calendar because by the time I've put the assignment in, it is already when I'm trying to figure out grades, and so it's not an issue. However, I learned something new, so I'll leave it like that, and I'm going to cancel at this point because I'm going to show you one other thing. So I'm going to get rid of that for right now. What happens is if you put it directly into activities in evaluations, it will show up as every assignment will show up, and then you can go through and enter the grades here. But it's really a pain to do a grade here. We'll give her 100 for this test. To do a grade here and to tab down. There's no tab down from here or arrowing down. So, but instead, if you actually go in back to here and you go into the individual assignment here, and it comes up here, then you can put in the grade, and if you hit the tab space, it goes right straight down the list. So hitting the tab bar, if you're in just the single assignment, will allow you to put those marks in directly there. The other thing that I just learned is if you are in planning and you put your assignment here, somebody had asked me, how do you delete it if you don't want it there anymore or if the grade isn't correct? And I had always put everything in through evaluation, and you can't delete it from evaluations, but you can delete it from planning. And you can also copy one, if you've already done an assignment in one group and you want to copy it over to 2 or 3 other groups, then you can do that from this screen as well. So as long as you're in planning, you can open that up, and then you can modify it there. I'm going to cancel that. You can assign it here. So to a course plan if you've done a whole course plan, which I'll show you that in just a second. Or if you click on the three dots here, you can do the same thing. You can assign, you can modify, you can duplicate to another group. So choose another group to duplicate the assignment to. And from here, you can also move it to a different term. So say it's currently in term 1, but you want it, sorry, it's currently in term 2, but you want it in term 1. You can move it if that class is available in the other term. My classes are not, they are 1 or 2, so it doesn't let me do that. But if you have one that does, then you can do that. And you can also delete the assignment completely, or just come over here and click the trash can and it will delete it completely from that point. And then lastly, the thing that I just discovered is, so I'm going to X out of this. You have all your classes here. You guys know that part from attendance and whatnot. But if you go here on this main screen and click course plans and create a new plan, and I'll just, for purposes, I'll make this my drama grade 8 group. List of subjects. What subjects do I want? So I'm going to go through and all the subjects that are available in here. So my grade 8 is drama 204. I'm going to click that, confirm my selection. So now this course plan, once I set it up, will be available to me from year to year. I can pull from it. I can pull from it while I'm doing my term 2 if I've already set it up for term 1, whatever I want to do. So if I save that, then I can go in here, sorry, not modify, I can go in here and click on it, and okay, I want to set up for my term 1. So now there's nothing in my term 1 because I wasn't that organized first term, but here I can do an assignment. So I want to do a test assignment here. It's an in-class activity. You can also choose homework. I'm going to choose the period of the term. So for this purpose, it's a term 1 group, so I'll click what week that's going to be in and confirm that. Am I going to evaluate it? Yes. Competency, I can go ahead and do that at this point. Maximum mark, which you can go back in and edit this later if you're going to adjust the numbers, but just for starting. For now, you can say no, you don't want it on the report card. And you can always change that later. Parents and students, same thing. So now I'm setting it up as a plan, post the activity in the student's calendar. You can add links, you can add notes to the student, and you can add personal notes for yourself here for like memory aid or something for what the activity is. Excuse me. And then once you save all that, so we'll save our test assignment, it's going to go to a particular location, which you can go back in and adjust. But like I said, you can go and duplicate this now, make a duplicate within there. So that's not what I want. So we're going to delete that. See, easy peasy. Here, move to, you can move to a different term if there's different terms available. And you can assign to any other classes. So right now it's just my grade 8, so it's going to give me all of my possible 204 groups, and I'm going to decide that I want it assigned to all of my term 2 classes. So I'm going to assign it to my group 21, to my group 27, and to my group 28. I'm going to assign that, and then what happens is it tells me that it's an error, because it can't be a term 2 assignment because it's currently in the term 1. So then you look at that and you're like, oh, but this is scheduled for term 1. It will only let you assign it to where it can be. So my term 1 groups, if I click that, then it's going to show up as an assigned activity for that September 3rd week, because this is a term 1 class for me. So if you do have term 1 and term 2 groups and they're different, then it will not let you assign to the wrong group. Anyway, so I'm going to cancel this, and I'll go back and let's go ahead and I'm going to get rid of them just to make sure that I don't assign and forget to delete. So we'll do that. Quit. The test one is there. I'm going to go ahead and delete this now so I don't forget. And then I'm just going to show you the one more thing. So then when you go in and you're trying to do your grades, let's see who I've already close to finishing. So all of your names come up. If you go to evaluations, all the activities are there and it just shows up that way. But if you click this box, it's going to show up all the way across so you can see if there's a space missing, if a student's missed something. You can, if it's not a grade, you can choose to make it as absent or not evaluated, which then will show up whatever. And it will automatically, especially if you have multiple competencies, it'll do the tabulation and give you their final mark. And then once you know it's done, you just send the results to the report card. And you can also look at it with this one to break it down by competency. And like I said, mine is 70-30, so it automatically creates the 70% number and the 30% number and gives me a final mark. So anyway, I think I did that in 11 minutes, and I hope that was helpful. Good luck, everybody. Bye.